Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Yahweh being the true powerful name of the Heavenly Father, which means He is. Yahweh Shai being the true name of His only begotten Son, which means He saves. The one who people in this world ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Rakah meaning holy, Kodash meaning spirit. I want to give double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, along with the bishops and regional heads and elders who rule well. Citations of much love. The rest of you sincere Akim, pushing the word, truth, and sincerity. This is the cleric Azara coming at you with another lesson through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. I'm going to get right into it. I had to do some kind of warm-ups before I got into this. Had to do some appetizers. Get my spirit right, boy. I saw this coming through, just speaking as a man. But I knew this was going to come up. It's kind of interesting how this has not come up before. I wouldn't be surprised if there were different attacks before. They just weren't televised. All right, because I remember in the beginning, once I came into the truth, I would talk about, Israel and Palestine all the time to my family members and acquaintances and friends and things of that sort. Because you want to talk about the truth and you want to talk about, what's going on over there and so forth. And me being raised when I am after 37 years, you would think the people that I grew up with would kind of understand and resonate, but no, it's wow, and 2/3 is something else, boy. The water, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. That this truth was revealed to me so I can understand and be able to teach it. All right, because I can't imagine just being a 2/3 and just not understanding any of this. It's really scary. All right, but anyway, yeah, this war just sparked off a couple days ago, and maybe by tomorrow, there might be ground forces on the ground as of October 12th. But we'll see. Okay. We'll see what happens. It's just the start of it. Because, hey, Yahweh Shai warned about this. There'll be wars and rumors of wars. Okay? And that's what we're experiencing right now. And you can read about that in Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. Okay? As well as Mark chapter 13, verse 7. Okay? All right, but it just talks about Yahweh Shai's explaining the signs at the end of the age. And that's going to be the age of Esau. We're in the fourth kingdom now currently of the Roman Empire, and the next kingdom to come will be the kingdom of heaven that's established on earth, with Yahweh Shai being the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, and King David sitting on his throne as well. Okay, and of course the elect of Israel being crowned as well. All right, and receiving their land back, and of course 1/3 of the multitude will live through it as well. But the 2/3 will have to be reborn in the kingdom as the children of the elect. Okay. But right now, the people that are supposed to be the real Jews, they don't tell this story because they don't, one, it wasn't given to them, and one, they don't understand the scriptures because they didn't write the scriptures. Okay. Yeah. All right. These scriptures were made for the blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos, which make up the lost tribes of Israel. Okay. And so basically, currently, I'm going to bring out some scriptures here. And I might call this lesson Covenant of Peace because according to the scriptures, when the real Israelites obtain the land, there will be a covenant of peace and they'll be dwelling safely. Okay. Now, if you go to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 28, we're going to start at the 25th verse, and it speaks of the house of Israel being scattered and them dwelling in the land. But when you go to the 26th verse, it talks about them dwelling securely, safely, and with confidence, or safely therein. Okay. And when you look up who will be responsible for bringing the children of Israel back to Jerusalem, when you go to the book of Zechariah, and I should have stayed in Ezekiel, but we're going to be bouncing around. Bear with me here. Zechariah chapter 8, verse 8, it says, I will bring them back to dwell in Jerusalem. Okay. Now let's go back to Ezekiel. Hold Zechariah for the time being. And this is the purpose of the title of the lesson here. When you go to Ezekiel verse 27, it speaks of the confidence of peace, and they'll be safe in the land. This doesn't look like safety in the land when you got all this rubble around here. Look at this picture. Rubble, burnt cars. Look like a bomb went off, and most likely a bomb did go off. Those rockets and so forth. Okay? When you read Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 28, it says they shall dwell securely or safely. All right? I wonder why I wrote it like this. Okay. Also, the covenant of peace is mentioned in verse 25 of Ezekiel chapter 34. It says, they shall dwell safely, a covenant of peace. All right. And when you go further in Ezekiel chapter 38, specifically verse 8, it talks about them dwelling safely again. This is a prophecy against Gog, which will be Russia. Okay. And that's going to be coming forth pretty soon with this whole World War III happening. And hey, America's going to be brought forth into this. Let me just give you what your former President Obama tweeted out recently. I'll read from his old words. I wanted to copy this. He said, all Americans should be horrified. He didn't say some. He said, all Americans should be horrified and outraged by the brazen terrorist attacks on Israel and the slaughter of innocent civilians. What about all the innocent that came over here on cargo slave ships? What about all the innocent Native Americans? What about all the innocent Latinos and what they've gone through over here? Obama, something. All right, he reads as such. We grieve for those who died, pray for the safe return of those who've been held hostage. And speaking of which, somebody needs to come out with some footage of all this. I've heard stories of people being thrown out of wheelchairs. I've heard stories about pregnant women being thrown out on the street. I've heard people coming in on parachutes and glider stuff and all types of stuff. Like, where's the video of this? Trust me, I know these small hats have camera phones. I've lived with them for over 37 years. They were the first ones to have camera phones. All right, let me read on what Obama was reading here. It says, we grieve for those who died, pray for the safe return of those who have been held hostage, and stand squarely alongside our ally Israel as it dismantles Hamas. All right, you guys got to research Hamas because they have ties, all right, to not only to the Iranians, but the Palestinians, and let me see, bear with me here. But it's all going to lead up into World War III because something. So I wouldn't be surprised if they make something else happen to the point where they bring Americans into conflict. Okay, and if you look at the there's a particular it's called an enhanced. I gotta look it up. I want to give you the actual name. The Enhanced Security Cooperation Act, signed by Obama, and talks about providing security to Israel in this particular event. And I just had a good paper on it, and I want to read it to you. I just know what I did with it. But it was definitely out because I was. Oh my. But it is a you can also hear when you hear Biden talk about they stand next to Israel and so forth. But they actually had to make plans ahead of time for them to have it in place so that they can perform it. But anyway, it's called the I wanted to get the actual numbers. Oh. I think I got it here. Maybe not, but yeah, it's called the Enhanced Security Cooperation Act. All right, you can actually Google that. There was something in this one paragraph I definitely wanted to bring out. I do not want to know. Salaki on that. I'll skin this lessons together. Helpful. I found it. Okay, good. Oh, I felt really bad if I couldn't have. Is this the? No, this is a different bill. Gotta get the right bill. I know it's here though. So like I have my cleaning lady, and I like to put the stuff away when she comes by. So just I actually went and got some papers that I haven't looked at in a long time. Yeah, I'm keeping lucky on this. Not this, not this, not that. Okay, well anyway, these people are tied to Iranians as well, and no, I got two different I'm really concerned because I found 2 different bills, but I don't know what to do with it here. So I'll on that. But when you actually read the actual bill, and hopefully I'll find it for the end of this particular lesson, it goes into the paragraph when it speaks about Hamas, and it was part of it. So you can Google it though. Yeah. And I just had the actual paper copy that I wanted to read, and I do not know what I did with it. So lucky on that. I have a feeling that through the Spirit, I'm going to find it before it's all said and done. That's why I keep on looking around for it. All right, maybe not, but yeah, you gotta look it up there yourself. You can Google it though. It's pretty common. It's yeah, and that part of it's like right on the second page. It talks about Hamas, but it talks about supporting Israel in case of an attack from Hamas. But I wanted to read the actual. In fact, you know what I can do? Google it and see if I can just read it all online. I was kind of scared of having to put it in, but for edification purposes, I want to be at a backup on things. What does the Bible say? Prove all things. Okay, bear with me just a moment here. Let's do the Enhanced Security Act, 2012 enhanced. Somebody else also has to tell me why they had to make another one of these. You would think that this is something would have been already in place, but it was probably something. They probably wanted to itemize the names of the characters they wanted to play into it, so nobody can sit back and say that it wasn't mentioned. Okay, I definitely found it on Congress.gov. I'm just waiting on my computer here. Okay, I found it here. Okay, all right. Yep, this is definitely it. Okay, Section 1, short title. The act may be cited as the United States-Israel Enhanced Security Cooperation Act 2012. Now, Section 2, findings. Congress makes the following findings. Part 1, since 1948. Now, what happened in 1948? This is when they came into the land, established it, saying it was their land. Since 1948, United States presidents and both houses of Congress, on a bipartisan basis and supported by the American people, have repeatedly reaffirmed the special bond between the United States and Israel based on shared values and shared interests. Okay, now you just go into Psalms 83. It talks about the enemies that are confederate against Israel. All right, and the people that are behind the U.S. and behind Israel are on that list. Okay. So these are not the real people. These are the enemies. You blacks, Native American, Latinos are the real children of Israel. I want to find this one part about verse 4. Section 3. The government of the Islamic Republic of Iran is continuing its decades-long pattern of seeking to foment instability and promote extremism in the Middle East, particularly in this time of dramatic political transition. Okay, I'm going to get to why they mention Iran in a minute here. Part 4. At the same time, the government of the Islamic Republic of Iran continues to enrich uranium in defiance of multiple United Nations Security Council resolutions. 5. A nuclear weapons-capable Iran would fundamentally threaten vital United States interests, encourage regional nuclear proliferation, further empower Iran, the world's leading state sponsor of terror. See that? This came out in 2012, and they mentioned we weren't even done with Afghanistan and Iraq at this time. Meanwhile, already saying Iran was the world's leading state sponsor of terror. See what they're talking about? Okay, and oppose a serious and destabilizing threat to Israel and the region. Okay, here we go. Part 6. This is what I was talking about. Over the past several years, with the assistance of the governments of the Islamic Republic of Iran and Syria, Hezbollah and Hamas have increased their stockpile of rockets, with more than 60,000 now ready to be fired at Israel. Some of them have just been fired. All right, according to this document, or it could have been staged for all we know. The government of the Islamic Republic of Iran continues to add to its arsenal of ballistic missiles and cruise missiles, which threaten Iran's neighbors, Israel, and the United States armed forces in the region. Okay, let me see what else this says about. I could have swore I had a different copy of this particular act, so I'm kind of interesting because this part about Hamas and Hezbollah was on my second page, and once I find it, okay. Throw out for anyone to continue to listen to. Okay, let me see what else I got. Okay, statement of policy. Let me read this real quick. It is the policy of the United States to reaffirm our unwavering commitment to the security of the State of Israel as a Jewish state. As President Barack Obama stated on December 16th, 2011, America's commitment and my commitment to Israel and Israel's security is unshakable. And as President George W. Bush stated before the Israeli Knesset on May 15, 2008, on the 60th anniversary on the founding of the State of Israel, the alliance between our governments is unbreakable, yet the source of our friendship runs deeper than any treaty. Wow. Because you're the same nation. You're the same nation of people. Let me see what else it says in here. So you Jakes, you guys gotta know when you're voting and you putting, okay, look at this. Okay, Section 4, United States actions to assist in the defense of Israel and protect United States interests. Part 4 reads as such. Part 3. Provide the government of Israel assistance specifically for the production and procurement of the Iron Dome defense system for purposes of intercepting short-range missiles, rockets, and projectiles launched against Israel. Yeah, apparently that Iron Dome defense system didn't work as well because some of those rockets got through. I'm just scanning ahead here. Oh, look at this. Verse 6. No, verse 6. Section 4, Part 6 reads as such. Examine ways to strengthen existing and ongoing efforts, including the Gaza Counterarms Smuggling Initiative, aimed at preventing weapons smuggling into Gaza, pursuant to the 2009 agreement following the Israeli withdrawal from Gaza, as well as measures to protect against weapons smuggling and terrorist threats from the Sinai Peninsula. Oh, look at this. Part 8. Work to encourage and expand a role for Israel with the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. If you don't know, that's NATO. It's including an enhanced presence at NATO headquarters and exercises. Okay, you can read this yourself. I think this is all. Yeah, it's only 4 pages. Yeah, it's only 4 pages. Yeah, Salakia for taking a while. I'm kind of glad I found this. This is a different copy that I've seen. I like the copy that I have once I find it. But yeah, it's the it's the Israel Enhanced Security Cooperation Act, signed by Obama, 2012. Okay, Obama to give Israel $70 million in military funding. That's where your tax dollars goes. Protect the enemy. All right. But yeah. So just to give a little information on that, I want to bring out that don't forget why these laws were passed and why they're put in place. You know, they weren't put in place to help you. They're put in place to keep you dumb and keep these people in your land, basically. Okay, I'm just gonna end it on that. I can only say so much. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, who gives me the strength of the Spirit to continue to strive and endure in these last days. Shalom to the hopeful elect, and on to the next video.